doing?
What's going on? We are back here. We just got all the costumes off. As you can see, we got our touch-up rack all ready to go. We got it all loaded in.
Touch-up gun rack.
Touch-up gun rack, costume making rack, whatever you want to call it. We got all of our costumes done. Why don't you show us what you've done with the helmet so far, Brandon?
There you go.
All right. So with this helmet, he's been spending the past couple minutes putting some blood on it. So this should stain in as a good brown if it stays. We're going to be watching it over the next little while just to make sure that this thing's going to stay in.
Will probably leave me a container of blood.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him a full bottle of blood so he can continue just putting layer after layer after layer in.
Eventually, it's not like this material.
Yeah, that material was a pain trying to get because we found out that is actually water absorbent.
We actually had to paint it.
Yeah, we had to paint it with red art paint.
I hate it, but
it's what you gotta do. So yeah, the helmet's coming out good. We're gonna be watching it. He's gonna be painting some decals on it, putting some extra touches on it.
Yeah.
I actually came up with a good idea for you.
What?
Get an elastic band right here. Put an ace of spades with a bullet hole through it.
Yeah, that works. I don't have.
Or a pack of cigarettes in it.
Yeah, would they let that into the? Okay.
Yeah, they would let it in. All right, so let's see what else do we have going on here. So I've got my gloves on because I'm still in my work clothes. I don't want to get blood on me.
I got gloves on too, but they need to be bloody.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now is
Limbo.
I'm actually gonna get some blood on my hands and I'm gonna start just rummaging through the clothes. So we don't want anything looking clean, new. We don't want anything like that. So, Brandon, if you can.
How much is there?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just
right?
a little?
A little bit more.
A bit more?
Right. There'll do. So this is really what you do here. So you just take it and you just run it through the clothes. Now this stuff on clothes will stain in.
Yeah,
it won't be on most clothes. So it won't stay this vibrant unless you really get it in or unless you use some blood.
It will start to turn brown like that. There's a good spot to show.
But it can still look good just if you're going to do it this route with just the regular stage blood.
That spray blood is fantastic.
Yeah, the spray blood is fantastic. It's a little pricey though. If you're going to use this approach, just be ready to have to basically reapply the blood every time you're going to put the costume on because like we said, this stuff dries out and it fades in.
The spray blood.
The spray blood is great.
If you get too close, though, it starts running.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is the thing about blood, people, is that there's a lot you can do with it.
At least we're in the same exact spot. Look at this cement.
Yeah. So, and you see, here's what I'm doing right here. So I'm putting the blood in my hand and just squeezing my fists together. And it's letting it just run into a nice little stream.
Look at your gas mask.
Oh, yeah. So if you take your blood and you just squeeze it like that, it can cause a little bit of a bloodline effect, like how that looks right there. You see how it's got that nice little blood effect, and then I just take my thumb and run it straight down through.
After doing this, it just becomes second nature.
Yeah, when you're doing these costumes total took us about 2 to 3 hours to fully get these things ready when we first created the costumes. Bloody. Thank you. So again.
A nice pint, sir.
So again, just squeeze your fists together, make a nice little blood trail here.
And don't worry if it gets... Well, actually, Cam, we should explain what we use underneath this to make sure no mess gets there because...
So,
cement.
Best thing I can say to do... Get you some cardboard boxes or some tarps from Home Depot.
I just knocked myself out with a mail pull.
Yeah, just get you some cardboard boxes to put underneath this. It's best to do this with a rack, so that way you can get that natural blood fall on it. Overall, it can make it look absolutely amazing.
Oh, our character is not saying this because no one else does awesome characters that fear, but I think ours are one of the most bloodiest characters because of how we prep.
I can't really say that.
I would say one of like us.
Yeah.
We have some of them. We might not.
We
have,
go through. Let's put it this way: we go through a lot of blood.
We go through. I would probably say
about 4 bottles of blood.
I was gonna do the money way.
Yeah,
probably about $50-$60 worth of blood a year.
Yeah, and and that's not even counting when we do these quarterly kind of touch ups on costumes.
The one thing I would recommend: do buy your own blood.
Yeah. So okay, the number one thing that we have to say here, people, is blood is expensive.
Most haunts will provide you with blood, but when you have a group like us, which 65?
65 to 70. It gets expensive, and especially when you get the good stuff.
We've had to save our haunt a few times with blood.
Yeah, so our best thing we can tell you is be sure to buy blood. You can get this stuff cheap at Spirit for $3.99 to $6.99 depending on.
The pint is $7.
Yeah, you can find the spray blood for about $9, but it goes quickly.
This will work for 2 costumes, probably. This will be a good base coat for 2 costumes, I should say. This is good for touch-up and base coat in your costume.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is this here too, you don't want to just, there are some areas you want to just run the blood all the way through. Some areas you want them to be kind of clotted up. You want the blood to be kind of clotted up in some areas, like right here, for example, because it'll give it that nice pooling effect. Like that's where the major area of bleeding would be.
And we're doing a little bit more extra than we would normally do because we are going to a costume contest.
Yeah, and from what we know about this costume contest, the more detailed and bloodied up the costume is, the more points you get with the judges.
Plus,
it's a horror convention. You got to do blood and a lot of it.
You know how gothic girls are at horror conventions?
My man, a man of culture, I see.
There is an after party, so
we go get tipsy. I'm kidding. I can't drink, but
I can. I can also buy stock and vape juice.
We get it. You're old. And besides, who even vapes anymore?
Oh, not a lot of people.
True.
Blood?
Yep.
I mean, we don't know many people who vape.
Let's see.
Stuff is nasty anyways. But, like I was saying...
But you can see right here what I'm doing here, people. You can just grab a sleeve with blood all in your palm and just go through it like that.
Normally I would tag Cam with this blood, but those are...
I'm in my work clothes and he knows he will get a knife in his chest if he does it.
Hey, it would work for my character. Knife me! Yeah, even with the boxes, we're still getting blood on the floor.
It's alright. Little blood never hurt anyone.
Ask, never mind.
Shut up. Shut up.
Ask Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, come on. Come on, man. Oh my god.
If you haven't seen that movie, you need to go see it. Even if you're not a big fan of history, which is a good historic movie.
And it was made by Taika Waititi.
But it's sort of like Blazing Saddles, and it's a comedy movie. And Cameron loves it.
Absolutely.
Well, this is the Gestapo.
Shut up. We can't say that on YouTube, dude. We're going to get demonetized because of you.
We don't have money.
Touche.
If you would like.
You would like, we might create a Patreon. Let us know what you think.
Or a Kickstarter.
Patreon will do better. We can do some monthly rewards.
Cameron, are you going to start a calendar?
I think I could.
Fire calendar.
No. 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 Give me some blood now.
I got his perfect idea.
Hush.
A sexy hunt calendar.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
What would we do with Heath?
Do you really want me to go
No,
there? We've
don't.
seen some pictures.
Don't.
We have a friend, you know.
Don't.
He could give us lots of ideas.
Shut up, man.
You brought up.
I know I did, but I'm immediately regretting it.
Oh, don't blame me.
Let's see, how's that? Oh yeah, that looks good.
See, the other thing working with a, like, here, take a punt. Working with a best friend.
And you see, this is another thing that I'm doing here. The blood's in my palm, and I have my palm pressed up against the material, and I'm just letting it run in between my palm and the material. And it's, again, letting the blood run down good, and it's streaking all through. Like what you see right there. That was done just by simply holding my palm there and letting it drip down.
A lot of what that helmet and mask is from me doing the same thing, just letting it run onto the.
Oh, dude, look at my mask.
I know.
Let's hope that stays.
But like I was saying, don't ever do stuff alone. It gets boring.
It gets boring. You're not going to want to do it. Have a good friend by you to be able to chit chat with while you're working.
Especially friends like Cameron, Macy, anyone who would be willing to go see Jojo Rabbit.
Pretty much. What?
We're running out. Oh, tag.
Thank God it wasn't on my clothes.
I want to go in your clothes. Plus you're gonna get even more messy later tonight. You might have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, it depends on if the nephew comes.
So, I mean,
Who knows? I might show up to the hospital bloody. The worst part is I'm gonna have to walk through the ER.
Hang on.
No.
let me do it,
No.
please.
You're not putting an inverted cross on my forehead.
I
and blood.
wasn't gonna put a inverted cross.
Put your hand down.
1, 2, 3.
We can't do that on YouTube, Brandon. Do you see what we're talking about here, people? Don't do this stuff alone.
Don't do it with a crazy bastard like me.
All right,
either.
I'm gonna work on mine now.
And hey, I can use the term bastard. I am politically a bastard. Anyways, we can make this for adults only.